But here's what I am saying. I need to be able to do something that is, as an adult, I'm trying to let my inner child have fun without it being some creepy adults only horny party. Come on. I don't want that. I'm trying to I want to be childlike, which means put your ass away.
Exactly. I'm the child.
I'm baby.
Pretend there's a child here and she's me.
And she's 43 years old and she wants to go down the slide with her butt covered.
She wants to say, wee.
Literally, I had this vision of me saying wee on the zip line.
So I tried to Google this. It didn't work at all.
No.
So if you know anything about a water park that has like grown-ups night, parentheses non-sexual,
parentheses normal, parentheses inner child,
let us know. The
parentheses
Ask you a question. What?
He calls me president. He used to call me. Now he calls me president. This is a respect. By the way, hello. Welcome to Text Me Back podcast, the only podcast. We were just lamenting off air that we took it to our listeners. We said, can we please have your permission to play a couple of Donny T drops? Because even though he's evil and fascist, when he did that press conference about the fat shot drug, that was some of his best work. And unanimously, the listeners said no Donny T drops. The one and only time in the history of Text Me Back podcast, the listeners have said, we agree with Meagan. We'd like to rein in Lindy's use of the media board. And frankly, I'm like, nah, I disagree.
But here's the thing. They weren't just unanimous in their rejection of the Donald drops. They were so grateful to us for listening to them and respecting their boundaries. And now we are teetering on the brink.
What I'd like to do is violate the sacred trust between Text Me Back podcast and their listeners. And I'd like to play this one.
And he takes the fat shot drug.
So, who's going to stop me? I guess you guys.
Can we just do this one?
A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight.
I know I got very rich somewhere, but
very rich.
Oh wait, here.
Yeah.
And he called me up and he said, President, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy. Very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. So, President, can I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working.
Imagine getting roasted by Donald Trump. It's not working.
very rich.
Seriously overweight. Okay, we're sorry. That'll be the one and only time that we do it.
We'll put it in the show notes. Skip the first 3 minutes of the podcast.
We will put a content warning.
Yeah.
In the show. No,
I'm so sorry.
It's sorry. But why did he say it like that?
Do you guys want a palate cleanser?
Gino's, you go for the food we've got. Gino's, you go for it sizzling hot. Gino's, you go for the food. Burgers, french fries, chicken too. Gino's, salad bars, steaks and milkshakes. Gino's, you go for the food. Gino's, you go for the food we've got. Gino's, you go for it sizzling hot. Gino's, you go for the food.
That did really solve all my problems. Thank you,
Right?
Luther. Yeah, that was good. Well, today on the show, we're going to do some stuff that I don't have in front of me.
I have it in front of me on my brain. It's written on my brain on the lobe.
Go on. Let them have it.
It's a classic Text Me Back. It's a return to form, a classic Text Me Back podcast episode. Oh, we should do a tidings to come back to form, but we're not having time to do tidings. We have other segments.
I feel like technically the first one is a tiding. It's like a recap tiding.
You're right. It's a tiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we can play the song. Well, not yet. Okay. I'm billboarding. I learned how to do podcasts at the podcast conference. So, okay.
There's nobody better at podcasting than your friends. Text Me Back podcast.
Very rich. Return to form. Okay, so return to form. We're doing a classic ep. Just me and Megs. No guests. No foofara.
We had to tell a guest to kind of fuck off a little bit.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We just postponed our beloved friend until next week. That's
yes,
all.
we're going to have a guest next week. But then you guys kept being like, no, we'll just do it. Let's just have him on. And I was like, no.
I just didn't understand what was happening because I was shut out of the group. I was not, there was a reply all incident. So then all of a sudden, everything changed. I didn't understand why we were postponing. Anyway, okay. I thought you were postponing because he wanted to, and I didn't understand that you were postponing because you wanted to.
We have had too many guests on this show, and I've loved every last one. Don't you get it twisted. But sometimes you just want to gab with your homie. You know what I mean?
Someone said in the Discord, is anyone else like waiting with so much excitement for when these two besties are reunited? And I know that they probably meant within the episode of within the travel diaries
of us meeting in Texas. Yes.
But however, it made me feel like also we need to be reunited on the podcast itself.
Yes.
Like this. You know what I mean? Talking to each other directly.
Correct. And also, so we'll just say next week we're going to have Big Ron, our homie, Large Ronald, is going to come from the podcast Wait For It. And he's got like a bunch of other podcasts too. And they're all
so
great.
many podcasts.
Yeah.
He's the king of podcasting.
He's the king of podcasts. And you should, if you ever get the chance to go to a podcasting event with Ron, you simply must.
If you want the VIP treatment.
What is Ron's last name? I just think of him as Big Ron. First name Big, last name Ron.
Ronald Young Jr.
Ronald Young Jr. Okay, so next week we're going to have on Big Ron, and we're going to talk, actually this is a good content warning, we're going to talk about the Biggest Loser documentary, and then that episode is going to co-air on our feed and on the Wait For It feed, because I think it'll be a really good conversation about this absolutely heinous documentary, and so we're very excited, and so Ron is going to come next week.
So today on this very classic episode, we're going to do about 20 minutes of absolute trash. Nonsense trash. We're in the thick of it right now.
This is happening.
Incoherent yapping of two bewildered elderly women. Okay, then tidings. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the podcast festival. We're just going to recap, wrap it up. I'm going to tell you I've got a little bit of a rodent update at my house. Then we're going to do normal news.
And I will just spoil it for you. Very exciting news. We have received a jingle for normal news. And this is one important reason why I did not want to have a guest, because we've been sitting on this jingle for almost a month.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to play it for you because we've been doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, Ron, you can wait 1 week. The people need to hear this jingle. Okay, so get excited.
But Megan, you're underselling it.
Okay, well, get this, folks. What's better than one normal news jingle? How about two? How about two normal news jingles? I didn't want to say anything about the other one because we can't figure out how to play it. but we're very hopeful that producer Allie will figure out how to add it in post.
Look,
and if not, we will somehow, some way get you the second jingle because it's really good.
We've heard it.
I have heard it. I know it's good.
We can play it on our own computers for fun. It just doesn't want to be added to the media board for commerce. You know why? Because it's an anarchist. It lives off the grid.
Mm-hmm,
and it doesn't want to be a part of capitalism.
It's a prepper, and
it's a freegan.
Mm-hmm.
I love when we do a thing, like we're doing a big push for like new listeners right now. We're appearing on all these other podcasts. We went to the podcast, and then we proceed to like. So then new people come.
Yeah. Hello.
And they receive our most deranged, unprofessional work ever.
The worst. Here's the thing: when they say when you have potentially new listeners come, you should be like, billboard. Somehow the concept of new listeners only makes us more deranged. Like it's like we cannot. Hello, new listeners. I would apologize, but this is your fault. Like I'm stressed out. I've invited you over to my house and I'm stressed out. Are you having a good time? And then as a result, you're not having fun because I'm being weird. Right. But it's only because you're here. You know, it's kind of a compliment, I guess.
We're normal. We're normal women.
If you think about it, we're very normal.
And we're going to close out the show after normal news with Lindy's surprise micro segment.
Yeah. Attention, new listeners. One of the scariest sentences in the English language. Lindy has a surprise micro segment for the podcast.
Not scary to me. Not to me.
I don't believe you.
No, and anyway, this one's not scary. It's more like, I mean, it might scare you like existentially in a
sure. Yeah. Well, Lindy, shall we tide/recap?
Yeah, man.
Well, we're back from Dallas.
We're back.
/Grapevine, Texas. Not a moment too soon. I had therapy this week, and I was telling my therapist I was in Dallas, and she's like, how was it? And I started to talk about the water park, and I was like, you know what? I am not going to burn a therapy session. Processing my feelings about the water park closure. Yeah. I've moved on. I'm not going to spend $215 to process my feelings about a water park closure with a mental health professional, but maybe I should have because I'm still upset.
I have a different idea, which is that we should spend much more than that to avenge the crime done to us by the Gaylord and travel ourselves to the finest water park in all of the nation or the world. By the way, I got my passport back. We need to travel.
Don't skip over that. That's so exciting.
I know. I got my passport back.
Folks, she's Mademoiselle Internationale. She's doing it.
Oui, oui. Bonjour. It only cost so much money.
It only cost my entire heart, soul, and bank account.
If you're a new listener, my passport was taken away by the IRS because I fell behind on my IRS payment plan. They don't like that. And what they do when that happens is they call the State Department and they say, lock this bitch down.
She might try to abscond to a place without I can't remember the word. Extradition treaty.
Yeah, exactly. And so then in 2022, that's 3 years ago, the State Department took my passport away and they said, you can have it back when you pay the IRS. And I said, but I don't have that.
With money?
That's why I lost. That's why that's why this is all happening is because I don't have the money.
I think you and I both know I don't have any money.
So,
by the way, and that was also the reason why Lindy could not go to her own family reunion in Norway, and which is why I went by myself. To Lindy's family reunion in Norway. But
So then what I had to do was hire a tax attorney. I like to call him Bobby Boucher. That's not his name, but it's similar. So I had to give Bobby Boucher all my money to tell me how much more money to give to the IRS. And then I had to scrounge up that money. And then I finally did. And then they finally said, okay, now you can apply. And then I did. And then they sent it to me.
Yay.
So anyway, I think we need to do a makeup trip to the finest water park in the land with the longest lazy river. We need to figure out what's the record for the longest lazy river in the country or the world.
Lindy and I were chatting about this off air yesterday. She sent me a text and she was like, should we go to the Wisconsin Dells? And I was like, why? So the Wisconsin what? No, I know all about the Dells because my husband is from Madison, and they spent many a summer at the Dells. My understanding of the Dells is that it was a great expanse of absolutely nothing, with like one of those houses where marbles roll uphill, which they call they call it the mystery spot. And I was like, no, why would I spend my hard-earned money to go to the goddamn Wisconsin Dells? And you're like, no, Megan, it's the water park capital of the world. So I asked my husband if that was true. And here is what he said. She just texted me to be like, should we go to the Wisconsin Dells? And I cracked up because I was like, she texted me to be like, maybe we should go to the Wisconsin Dells. And I was like, why?
You go to any of a number of water parks.
Okay, so it is full of water parks?
A number of water parks, another various...
Because I was like, I thought...
candy stores.
Like you can make your own taffy?
It's very touristy. I don't know if you can make your own, but it would be like made in this tourist trap.
I don't know why, because the way that you just always described it,
spot.
I know about the mystery spot, except I just called it the secret spot.
Many go-karts. Old Western photos.
Old Western photos. Okay, because the way you always described it was that it was fuck shit nothing, except for like that one house where everything rolls uphill.
No, it probably, like if I went now, I'd probably go, yeah, actually it's a single mile strip of tourist attractions. Like it just in the way that it would seem as an adult much smaller to me than it did.
But when you were a child, it seemed like a whole town of water parks.
Yeah, well there are there were. I don't know what
you don't know what its deal is now.
There was Noah's Ark, and then there was, I think it was called Family Land. Something like that.
Noah's Ark, you say?
Was like, who are you, a Family Land or a Noah's Ark? Family Land was cheaper, not as good.
Not as good.
Lazy River, high quality.
Okay, at Family Land?
The bumper boats pool, though, is just full of gasoline.
Oh, gross.
And it's like you're watching it waft up off of the... Like, it's just gasoline.
It's just giving you hives or something, like skin.
You definitely...
Okay.
Yeah, like, consumed a whole childhood lifetime's worth of lead by going into that.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to her. Sounds good.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Was that supposed to deter me? Because all I heard, multiple water parks. In fact, a 1 mile minimum of water parks. And then the only other thing he mentioned was candy. It's just water parks and candy stores
and Wild West photos.
Wild West photos. The other thing I want to know. You think I don't want? You think this podcast? You think Text Me Back podcast doesn't deserve Wild West photos? Are you kidding me?
I love that you're not deterred at all by accidentally swallowing like a tank full of gasoline in the bumper boat pool.
We're not going to Family Land, Megan.
This is a Noah's Ark family.
We're going to frickin' Noah's Ark. We're cracking open the podcast coffers and we're buying those Noah's Ark tickets.
So the sad news is that right after I stopped recording, Adam shared some devastating news about the Dells, which is that apparently, this is not funny, but apparently the Dells relies very heavily on foreign exchange students to like staff the water parks and the various tourist traps. And so it's actually not known at this time how that will be possible in the Trump regime next summer. So there could be a devastating labor shortage at the Wisconsin Dells 1 year from now. We don't know. But
that's good. Yeah. Ooh.
Super cool. It's like, can I just say?
Yeah.
The man is so exceptionally talented at ruining every facet of life. It's just like, I mean, like, there's like the big macro problems. It's like, oh, they're taking away the vaccines and they're closing the schools. Big societal problems. And then it's like, and then on top of all of that, we're taking the water parks and the roller coasters. Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Do you think that's why Gaylord Texan Water Park was closed? Like they don't have the labor on the weekdays?
It's possible. I don't know, but I will tell you this. So I come back from Dallas and I'm telling my friends are all asking me how it was. And I'm like, it was okay. We went to the podcast festival. We learned a lot. I was so desperate to go on that water slide though, and it was closed. I'm talking to my friend Katie and she's like, I just was in Denver. And I was like, how was that? She was like, it was amazing. I was going down a water slide. There was a lazy river. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Too soon, dude. Cause I just told you about about the devastation of Dallas. And I was like, I didn't know Denver had it like that. Like, I didn't know Denver had like water parks. And she's like, yeah, we stayed at the Gaylord Denver. And I said, come again? Come a fucking again? Because now why would the Gaylord Texan slam the door of fun in my face and open the door to you, Katie, in Denver?
So
what on earth?
the titular Gaylord looked out across the land,
Yeah.
went to Dallas and said, no, I shut thee. Went to Denver and said, thy art my favorite children.
Well,
Thou
here's the
shalt
thing.
play.
You know, Katie is a member of the LGBTQ community. Maybe it was a hate crime against heterosexuals. I don't know.
I have a
don't know.
wife. I have a wife.
As a queer elder, why would
Hey.
they close the doors upon you? What did you
Hey.
do? You didn't do anything.
You know what I didn't try to do? Go in the water park. I didn't go over there and ask,
See,
can I come in, please?
you were the titular Gaylord. Maybe this is on you. I don't know.
I was the
It's
titular
just, it's a
Gaylord.
lot. You know, it's very stupid. And I promise I have moved on. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you spend a lot of time building something up in your mind and then
Yeah.
it's not there. It was
Okay,
sad.
well, if you like Text Me Back podcast, here's what you can do. Summer 2026, move to the Wisconsin Dells and work at the water parks, specifically Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Familyland can take
And
a
the-
season off.
The Wild West photo booth. Get
I
your ass
need-
over there as well.
I need one Text Me Back a light in the Wild West photo booth. I need one in the candy store, and I need, I don't know, 3 at the Noah's Ark. Okay?
I will say it's so interesting that you pulled, like, the Dells is such a rare pull, you know, because my first thought would be Schlitterbahn, which is
Sure.
like the craziest water park. And I have been to that one in Kansas City, and it is insane. And they have a very delightful lazy river. It's a little crowded, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit warm. And also, somebody died.
That's what I was
at
gonna
that
say.
Schlitterbahn.
So
But
I
other than that, it's a perfectly delightful water park.
I specifically was trying to think of water park destinations in states that have some regulation. You know, where they haven't deregulated the water parks. I
was
don't
gonna
want
say,
that.
I'm not sure if the Kansas City Schlitterbahn is on the KCK side or the KC-Mo side, but then honestly, doesn't matter. Either
Yeah,
way.
I remembered that when I was planning my big road trip in summer of 2021, pre-order adult braces if you want to hear everything about it. By the way, my book about it is coming out
Hello.
in March. But when I was planning the road trip, I went on Facebook and I was like, hey, where should I go in America? And then a bunch of people were like, Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
And so I put it on my list because I was like, oh, that must be a beautiful natural wonder. It sounds like a gorgeous wilderness park of like lakes and glens and
No.
and then when I sat down and started planning, I said, what? I
No,
said,
it's-
this is,
You know what it is? It's Wild Waves Township. It's not. It's the Enchanted
Right.
Forests off of I-5 on
I
your way
was
to
like,
Tacoma.
I don't know. Look, I'm going to be on a solo van trip, finding myself spiritually. I don't think that that wasn't the time for me to go to the entire city made out of water slides.
No, if
But-
you're going to do something ridiculous, you need a partner. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now that we have to do Avenge Our Honor,
Yeah.
Water
I've
Park
got it.
Redemption,
I got to get this ass on a slide.
I think
before it's too
Wisconsin
late.
Dells. I think Wisconsin Dells is an option. I'm just saying.
I think it's an option. And I bet you we have listeners who either currently live in Wisconsin or grew up there who have memories of the Dells. So please do message us your most deranged memories of the Dells. 703-829-0003 or dear text me back at gmail.com. So here's the deal. We have to rectify this somehow, this water park situation. I'm 43 years old. I don't have kids. I have no need to go to a water park. I'm never like accidentally coming across a water park for any reason.
Yeah.
Which is why this was such an alluring opportunity for me. You
Yeah.
know, I don't live
I know.
near a
I
water
agree.
park. I don't go to hotels that have them because I don't have like a, like a cohort with me that is of the age.
Yeah.
And is it weird for a 43-year-old woman to go to a water park by herself? Maybe, kind of a little bit. So I don't know.
I was trying to do some water park research, and part of the appeal of the Gaylord Texan is that it is a businessman's conference center. And so there was this like, it felt like possibly this was not going to be a water park full of children. You know, like it's like, oh, it's going to be like full of weird businessmen, which like, I great. Thought, like, I don't care.
Especially like, oh, maybe later in the evening, it'll still be open. It'll just be like conference weirdos.
I was trying to Google best water park for adults, which
oh like, no, I bet they got sexy. I bet they were horny water parks.
There needs to be a middle ground between between something that's for kids and then something that's for adults parentheses sexual.
Parentheses horny.
I don't want nudist sex water park.
I want bare ass on the slide. Come on.
I just want to go with my friends and there's not little kids doo-doo in the water. You know what I mean? And I don't have to stand in a line. You know what's infuriating? Insulting? I have to stand in a line and I have to wait behind a bunch of little kids. Oh, please, after you, as though they're my equal.
Youngster. Like, no, I paid with my money, my card, my debit card that has my name on it to get into this park. Now, who are you, Caden? Who are you? Who brought you here? You know what I mean? Get out of here. Could they have grown up hours? Here's the thing. I want to tread carefully here because I feel like there's nothing more annoying on this earth other than trad moms is the child-free community.
Sure.
There's nobody more mean and unpleasant to be around than people who make not having kids like their whole thing on like Reddit or wherever.
Get over yourself.
Big whoop. Who cares? It's like, I don't have kids. I like kids just fine. But there are times where I'm like, the noise is piercing and I know you don't have self-regulation skills yet. So I guess I'll go. For example, yesterday did a lovely pool day with a couple friends of mine. And we were there all day. We took the Friday off. We played a little hooky last day of summer. And we went to this we went to the Washington Hilton where Ronald Reagan was shot. And I was like, this is great. I'm having a blast. And there were no kids there all day until like later in the afternoon, you know, school's out or whatever. And so we're like, that's our cue to go, you know, and that's okay. That's fine. But the whole thing where people are posting about crotch goblins or whatever on the child-free subreddit. Shut up, loser. But here's what I am saying. I need to be able to do something that is, as an adult, I'm trying to let my inner child have fun without it being some creepy adults-only horny party. Come on. I don't want that. I want to be childlike, which means put your ass away.
Exactly. I'm the child.
I'm baby.
Pretend there's a child here and she's me.
And she's 43 years old and she wants to go down the slide with her butt covered.
She wants to say, wee.
Literally, I had this vision of me saying wee on the zip line.
So I tried to Google this. It didn't work at all.
No.
So if you know anything about a water park that has like grown-ups night, parentheses non-sexual,
parentheses normal, parentheses inner child,
let us know. The other thing that I wanted to say is that there's no doubt somewhere in Maryland, Virginia, the other one, I don't know, DC. Well, there's
not one in DC.
There's got to be a water park somewhere in your region.
There's got to be, yeah.
And I'm a little worried about your mental health after the incident at the Gaylord. And so I want you to know,
listening back to last week's episode was eye-opening.
Yeah, for me and all of my various mental health issues. Yeah. So I just want to state that, like, if you want to grab a couple pals and go to a water park to correct the chemical imbalance up there, I will not be offended. I don't need you to wait until the Dells.
No. Yesterday's pool day was a balm for the soul. I know there is a Six Flags near me somewhere because we still get the old guy dancing video commercials.
Wow.
here.
They're still airing those.
They certainly are.
Wow.
But I don't know where it is, and I think the season is technically over.
I think the water park season might go till October. That's when the Wisconsin Dells closes.
Let us know what's popping off with the water parks. I will get over it. I promise.
My other tiding is that we had a rat. We had a roof rat in the house, but it died. So
rip. And well, you were like, oh, it was all scattering through the walls, and I was like, just like Oprah,
just like Oprah
from college.
Yeah.
So,
can you do your Oprah?
Lindy, it's me, roof rat.
I meant the other one where you'd say,
Amanda, Windy, it's me, roof rat.
I love both. I didn't mean to say.
I don't to this day do not know what I said to. Okay, first of all, new listeners. I had a roommate in college named Amanda, who we have since reconnected since the show started. And she sent me this story. She's like, "Oh, I have this memory of you from college," and she sent it, and I have absolutely no memory of this. But we lived in this like flop house in Bellingham, basically, and every day you could hear something in the walls. Which we figured was a rat, but we never actually laid eyes on it. So I was like, I guess hey, you do you, we do us, all is well. Keep the plague off of our stuff in the kitchen and we're good. And Amanda worked at a bagel shop in downtown Bellingham, I think. So she had to wake up super early to, get the bagels out. And one morning it was like 5 a.m. or something. She was getting ready and she just felt something scurry across her foot and it was the rat. And she said that I named the rat Oprah and that and then I did an impression either of Oprah or of the rat saying, Amanda, it's me, Oprah.
No, she said that you would creep up to her door in the middle of the night and say, Amanda, it's me, Oprah, like under the door.
Or I would creep up to her door in the middle of the night and say, Amanda, it's me, Oprah. We don't know which one it was.
So anyway, yeah, we had a roof rat. Hopefully it's past tense. By the way, the shrew never returned, which means that it was, in fact, one shrew who came back and was caught 9 times.
Damn bitch.
Yeah.
Does it make you a little sad to know he can't find you? And that's why he hasn't come back.
Meagan, don't you fucking dare. Clearly the shrew was like defending the house from other critters because almost immediately we hear a scrabbling in the walls that is so loud. It's clearly like a large animal. My mother was like, get a saw, cut a hole in the wall. I'll pay for it. We called the exterminator. He came yesterday, but before he even arrived, Aham went outside, just giant fucking dead rat lying on the ground. It was the biggest rat I've ever seen. And we were like, is there going to be more? And he was like, depends on whether or not he reproduced. And we were like, well, how do we?
Could you exterminate?
Could you exterminate? But he did take away the corpse of the rat.
That was nice.
So we'll see. TBD.
Well, rest
but
in power, King.
Anyway, but I'm glad he's not in the house because
that's a spicy meatball. Yeah.
It's a shrew is one thing, but a rat is a spicy meatball, and that's my tiding.
And that's what they're saying. We're gonna take a little breaky break, and then it's time for the segment you know and love, normal news. Welcome back to Text Me Back Podcast, the only podcast. Very exciting. We have been begging for a jingle for this segment and quite a few others, by the way. So if you have any ideas, let us know. But we've been begging for a normal news jingle because Lindy will not stop sharing normal news.
Hey! Hey.
without my consent on this podcast. And then every time we do it, we both have to go, there's not a lot of consistency with the normal news. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why normal news hasn't really caught on with Meagan.
Literally. Honestly, one of the main reasons I like to do a segment is, does the jingle go hard?
Yeah.
And up until now, the jingle never did go hard.
Yeah.
So here's what happened.
Yep.
We get an email from the King of Hearts, Stephen.
Yep.
Who you may know from being the Jingleheimer of Segment Pubes.
Yep.
Which sounds like this.
Segment pubes.
Short and to the point. We love it. Thank you, Stephen.
Stephen's also in the choir that performs
Yes.
the tidings song.
Yes, that's true. Stephen is one of the King Jingleheimers. He's a Kingleheimer.
Yeah.
of Text Me Back podcast.
That's so if you submit one jingle, you're a Jingleheimer. If you submit multiple jingles, you become a Kingleheimer.
You become a Kingleheimer. Congratulations to Stephen, our first ever Kingleheimer. Welcome, new listeners, to Text Me Back podcast. Anyway, he wrote in. I won't share the whole thing, but he just wanted us to know that he'd been working on something. He'd been in the lab, mixing up that marvelous shit to get your mouth watering. You know, he's on the ones and twos. It was incredible. And this is what he said. And I listened to it 50 times in a row immediately.
Yeah.
So, and I think you might feel the same. Enjoy. Normal news. Dog.
Dog.
That shit goes crazy.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm in the club, Meagan.
Dog.
Meagan, meet me at DeClurb. It's going down.
It's going down. Meet me at the mall.
The mall.
It's going down.
Absolutely.
Anywhere you meet me, it's guaranteed to go down with a theme song like this. Normal news. So good. I couldn't have asked for anything better. And then you'll never guess what happened next. Somebody else sent us a jingle for normal news. It was unbelievable. So the second one was sent by, they did not provide their name, but their email says Bon J. So shout out to Bon J.
Do you think it's Bon Jovi?
I think it's Jonathan Bon Jovi. That's what I think.
I think it might be.
And they say, my kid made this normal news theme song for you. If you want it, I'm not allowed to listen to it. So no idea as to what level of insane it is.
Okay, well, it's really good.
The level of insane is the correct amount. It's so good. I am as desperate for Allie to figure out a way to add it in post right here. So, Bonjay and your child, thank you so much for putting this together. It's so good. And so now we have two jingles. I don't think we have to pick one over the other. We'll just take turns playing the different jingles. They're both so good.
They both bring a different energy to the normal news. You know, to have the child of John Bon Jovi,
I know,
as one of our Jingleheimers,
his wife Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things,
yes,
and their
right.
adopted baby. Thank you so much. So I think for today's normal news, we will officially kick things off with Steven's version. Normal news parentheses, Steven's version. Normal news. God, that whips.
Steven's version, parentheses, the one that we're able to play. Close
The one that
parentheses.
we can hear. Lindy, what's your news? That's normal.
This piece of normal news was sent in by a fan. Named producer Allie. You know, Allie, here's why Allie's such a good producer for Text Me Back podcast. Allie knows what we like.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Allie sent this to our BBW group chat. Possibly the most devastating story of the year. This is from theguardian.com/world.
/snails.
/snails. something has gone wrong in New Zealand for one lonely bachelor by the name of Ned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ned is a snail. Ned is a common garden snail. He is DTF.com. He's ready to go. He's horny. He's out in the streets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ned has an anomalous snail shell,
Oof.
which coils the wrong way. Ned was born on opposite day. So most garden snail shells coil to the right, but Ned's shell coils to the left, spirals to the left, which for some reason also means his wiener's on the wrong side.
Oh boy.
And so he does not fit together with the other snails, parentheses sexually.
Oh,
So-
parentheses horny. Mm-hmm.
Ned, DTF.com, he goes to the adults only water park for snails. He's out of luck. Even if the girl snails or boy snails, I don't know what's going on. He can't talk, so we don't know his orientation. But
But
he
seemingly he wants to reproduce.
Yeah, he'd like to pass on the gene. So we'll heteronormative him, and we'll say he's looking for girl snails. Even if she was up for it,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. They don't fit. The wiener can't go in the snail
hole.
area. Okay, so
Okay. Oh, wait, I have a quick question.
yeah,
Is this a situation where, because it's happening in New Zealand, everything is backwards and rotates the wrong direction? Or is this
Yeah.
just unique to Ned?
in the northern hemisphere, the snails coil the other way.
Somehow Ned can see the moon's butt because he's down
Yes.
there.
Ned
Okay.
is the Paddington of snails. He has traveled.
Don't say that. Because we're going to get into it, but I'm already really emotional about Ned the snail.
Yeah.
And we've actually never talked about Paddington on the show because I can't talk about Paddington in mixed company. I actually can't get into it. Paddington,
I know.
that's my beautiful boy. I will turn on Paddington, burst into tears, and nothing's even happened yet. It's the credits. It's the opening credits, and I'm crying. Just
I know.
thinking about Paddington.
I'm so sorry.
Sends
I'm
me
sorry.
to outer space. Please continue.
Well, try to put Paddington out of your mind while I tell
am
you.
going to. Yes.
I tell you that the government of New Zealand is now searching for a mate, for a girlfriend for Ned. Poor little Ned the snail, who can only mate with other lefty snails, which are, by the way, 1 in 40,000 snails.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Here's what the newspaper says. Unless another similarly built snail is found, Ned will be forced to live a life of celibacy.
Oh, Ned.
Okay, but here's the weirdest part of the story to me. Ned was discovered by a woman who was digging in her vegetable garden. Her name's Giselle. And it says Giselle was digging up vegetables when a snail dropped into the dirt. She was about to toss it away when she noticed something was a bit off.
How do you know so much about the directional swirls of snail shells, Giselle?
What on earth are you talking about?
I would
She said,
never in a million years even notice that.
I can't even tell the difference between the two snails in the picture to illustrate. I mean, I can, but like, so, okay, but Giselle
If I'm
goes,
being honest, I don't know the difference between a slug and a snail. Okay, so get a
Meagan,
grip. I don't have
Meagan.
the time. I don't have the time.
Meagan,
Go on.
that can't be true.
Go on.
Okay. Giselle said, something was different, but I couldn't figure it out. She soon realized that the snail's shell coiled on the left. Oh, she already knew. Okay, so here's what she said. She worked at New Zealand Geographic magazine, so she was already familiar with left
She was like a
spiraling
snail
snails.
scientist.
She's an author and illustrator. It says Giselle Clarkson.
Okay.
Anyway, they've launched an international search similar to this already happened in 2017. There was a left-handed snail, a left-wienered snail discovered in London, and named Jeremy. And so they, oh no! Sorry. 2 eligible left-sided mates were discovered, but made headlines when they ended up coupling with each other instead.
Gay!
They friend-zoned Jeremy.
Oh my God.
They were supposed to be a throuple, and then they said, we want to be monogs.
Sorry, Jezza. Sorry, Jez.
Don't worry, because then Jeremy did get to mate with one of them, and then they had 2 right spiraling shelled offspring.
Some
and
conventional children.
And then Jeremy died at age 2. Which
Damn.
I think is old age maybe for a snail.
They got his ass.
They live slow. So
Yeah.
a year to a snail.
It's 1,000 years.
Yeah. Each day of celibacy for Ned is like 1,000 years for you or I.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Here's what happened to me when I read the headline about Ned. I instantaneously turned into you. I was like, just the classic Lindy West. I've assigned thoughts and feelings to Ned the Snail. I'm worried about him. My happiness is now linked with Ned's dating life. Like, if Ned doesn't get a girlfriend, I'll die. Like, I'm worried about him and I'm sad. And then just now you said Ned is the Paddington of snails. And now I won't sleep ever
Sorry.
again until Ned gets his first kiss, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rough out here.
And
I don't know how you deal with this level of sensitivity every day
Thank
on
you.
a daily basis. Jesus.
Thank you. It's hard to be me.
You know how parents say about their kids, it's like, oh, it's like a piece of my heart out in the world, you know, outside of my body. That's how I feel about Ned.
Yeah.
That's my son.
That's your son.
You know, it's my
Yeah.
baby boy.
And the clock's ticking.
damn.
Who knows how old Ned is already?
Who knows how old? Giselle? How old is Ned?
What if he's 1 year and 11 months?
Oh, that's so sad.
We need a snail to have sex with this old man.
God. Somebody, please. Somebody with a left snail hole. Get in there.
And
It's
that's
so sad.
our first normal news.
Normal news. Here's the next normal news. You know what they're saying, Lindy?
No.
They're saying Donald Trump died. And they're saying that the person who's out there playing golf today is a body double. That's what they're saying.
They're saying they daved Donald Trump.
They're saying that they Kevin Kline in the film daved Donald Trump.
I wish they would dave Donald
I
Trump.
wish they would dave Donald Trump.
So are you alleging that they didn't dave? Like, what's your take?
Well, so my take is that he's alive, you know. So look, so just to back up, I guess, just to back up, there's been a lot of rumors swirling about Donny T's health because he looks rough, folks. He doesn't look well. The man looks bad. And he's got some sort of, I don't remember what the name of the illness is, but basically his legs are like blood bags and he can't go anywhere. And he like can't fly. It's like dangerous for him to fly because, it's like some sort of pulmonary issue where you're more likely to get, you know, an embolism or
a blood
something.
clot.
So,
Yeah.
like a blood clot. Yeah. So he doesn't travel much or he can't, which is why like normally he'd be in Mar-a-Lago, but I think they're too nervous for him to fly. Like the last time he flew was to Alaska, although he thought he was going to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin, who basically was like, you're a bitch. And then fucked off back to Russia. And then Trump came back to DC. So one theory about why he's so invested in destroying the District of Columbia, other than it's one of his most closely held beliefs, is that he has to be here all the time. The last time he was president, he spent most of the time in Florida. He wasn't here that often. So he talked a lot of shit about DC, but he didn't really interfere with us that much. Now he's always here. And I guess he's bored. And I guess the version of the gesture in this case is like sending in the National Guard to entertain him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I think we could all agree, very normal. DC is not a dangerous city. It's only as dangerous as any other place. You just have to be aware of your surroundings. It's not that scary. So they have the National Guard doing landscaping, like putting down wood chips at the monuments and the national parks around here because there's fuck all for them to do. It's so stupid. So next time they say, oh, there's no money to give your baby health care, just remember there was plenty of money for the National Guard to dump beauty bark at the Jefferson Memorial. Okay. So he's got his little pulmonary issue. Don't know what it is. Don't care really. Lately he's been walking around with like a makeup swatch on the back of his hand because something is happening on the back of his hand that's making it look off, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bruised. Who knows? And here's one thing I'd like to say. It's so obvious that he's got makeup on the back of his hand. Didn't bother to find a color match at all. And here's what I want to say about it. Homophobia kills, man. Like, it's because you're homophobic, you can't get a proper shade match. You rotted old toe. Like, like you need a gay friend who can help you hide your fatal illness a little bit better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Donald Trump went to Ulta and he said, I need a shade match, don't we, folks? Don't we, folks? And then someone pranked him and they said, oh, this is the right one for you, babe.
Some sensational member of the LGBT community said, yeah, no, that's it.
That's the one.
That's the one.
You don't need to blend
it. No, a beauty blender. No, you don't need that. Dump it on there.
Yeah.
And kind of just swirl it around. That's how you do it. So he looks crazy. And then he went missing for like 4 days. So where we are in space and time, it's Saturday, August 30th. And nobody had seen Donald Trump since Tuesday. And everyone was like, huh, that's weird. So strange. Like, what's up with that guy? And I don't think he'd been popping off on True Social, or maybe he had, but maybe it just didn't sound quite like him.
Yeah.
Like, who could say? So last night, Friday, August 29th, the rumors start swirling like he's gone. He gone.
Yeah.
And they don't want to say anything yet. Like, they're just pretending that he's alive. And it built up to enough of a fevered pitch that they rolled old Donny out his golf cart today to be like, see, he's alive. And then, of course, everyone saw the pictures and they're like, that's a body double. That is not him. Now, you and I have both looked at the photo from today, and we both agree it is him because you can't fake that stupid little mouth that he's got. You just can't do it.
Also, if you don't have any gay guys on the team, how are you going to make up a Dave accurately enough?
Not possible.
No.
Not possible. And so we've looked at the photos. Many are saying he gone, and that's a body double. And we're doing a little Weekend at Donny's situation. We're just kind of marionetting his little body. I don't think so. I think it is him. I think he just looks rough. Very rough. Very rough. You know? And here's what I want to say. I am not the world's best person, but I try and I strive to live a life that when it comes to a close, the entire internet isn't salivating at the thought of my death.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? You should have been there. People online were so pumped. And I must tread carefully here because on top of everything else, I don't need a visit to my house from the Secret Service.
No.
But many were saying, what a great day it will be. I am so happy. I hope it is true. Let me not live a life that when it ends, that's what they're saying.
No,
Please.
we don't want that to be what they're saying.
That's not what they're saying when it's time for old MHM to kick the bucket.
We don't want the internet to be as horny as an adults only water park.
Or left hold snail or my death.
A Ned level of atomic horniness for Megan's death.
For my death. So I'm just sharing. I'm just telling you what I heard. It's very normal. Donald Trump possibly dead. Possibly body doubled.
Well, you know what, Megan? This leads seamlessly into our final segment of the day, which is Lindy's surprise micro segment. And here, of course, is the famous Lindy surprise micro segment theme song.
Crazy lady living in a bag.
There she is.
Megan, I was at the airport yesterday or day before yesterday. I went to Denver not to the Gaylord.
Not to the Gaylord. Never to the Gaylord.
I went and I spoke at a Planned Parenthood gala. By the way, shout out to Colorado for finding money to care for people on Medicaid so they can still go to Planned Parenthood after the big, beautiful bill. So, okay. I was at the airport and I was looking around the crowded Denver airport, Meagan.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many people there in the lines. It was very crowded. The food court, everywhere was like mobbed with people. And I was like, I don't understand how everybody has a different face. Because they really do. And you just see these new faces go by. You take it in stride and you never think about them again. Yeah. And then there's an unlimited supply of new ones.
Yeah.
And they don't look alike. They look different.
Life is a rich tapestry.
Meagan, do you know how many people there are? And every single one.
There's probably like 1 million people in America alone.
I just think we don't talk about this enough. It's crazy that everyone has a different face. Because if I tried to like draw a face, I can only do like 10.
And yet God in his infinite wisdom has drawn billions of faces.
That's not what I'm saying, Meagan. Honestly, that would make it less spooky. If I just don't. Oh, these people are coming out all the time. Each one, new face, new face, new face. And then there will be these articles in magazines that are like, can you believe these doppelgangers? They're not even related. And I'm like, I can believe it because they only kind of look alike. And also, that should be happening all the time.
Where are you at mentally and existentially with like twins or multiples? How does that make you feel?
That feels more normal.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
more normal to be twins.
Okay.
It's more weird to be a one-off in the whole universe. What the hell?
It's more weird to be a one-off.
It is.
So true.
It's because I'm looking around at these people and I'm like, oh, there's a guy, just looks like a guy. And then I'm like, but how do I tell him apart from all the other guys who are also just a guy? And yet I can, because he has a totally unique face, even though it's the most boring face I've ever seen.
Damn.
I was looking at this guy in line and I was
you
like,
dragged that guy's whole ass.
sorry.
Sorry.
Should
have had more than one of the same face. Sorry.
How come nobody's more freaked out by this? Like,
it's not that weird.
It is, though.
Everybody's different.
Yeah,
and they have
but
different parents and their genes are different. It's not that weird.
I understand about the genes, but
it's not that strange. It just is how it goes.
No, I'm not saying it's weird that we have genes. I'm just saying, like, when you think about the number of different combinations that can be made out of like 6 Mr. Potato Head pieces. And then you just alter them slightly and the person looks complete. I'm saying more people should look alike than do.
Sure. You know what I will say is how come we haven't run out of songs? There's only so many notes.
Meagan.
And yet they keep making new ones. Seems weird and frankly impossible.
You know, Meagan, you're onto something there, because you remember in math class when they'd be like, okay, here's 3 numbers. Now figure out all the different possible combinations of these 3 numbers. And you'd be like, easy, done. And they'd be like, okay, here's 10 numbers. And you'd be like, oh shit. You know, like there's no guessing. If you have a padlock with a random 10 digits, you're not guessing that.
You're never guessing
so
that.
So I guess what I've hit upon is the nature of exponential growth.
Mm-hmm.
It gets big fast, and the different types of faces that there are is big.
You could never guess how many faces there are. It's impossible.
Because I guess once you get into like, okay, you can make this eye 1 millimeter wider, and you can move it up on the face, and you can move it down, and you can move the nose. You can make the nose bigger, and you can make the nostrils bigger, and you can, then it's like, okay, this is a lot of variables. Fine, I face pilled myself.
Well, if you have a theory about faces, the kinds of faces there are and how many there are, let us know. 703-829-0003 or deartextmeback@gmail.com.
And that's why it doesn't work to Dave anyone.
Sure. No, absolutely.
Because you can just tell.
With your site.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Although sometimes with that Andrew WK thing, I would be like,
yeah. I don't know. I do have questions about the Avril Lavigne one as well.
And even the Melania, I was like,
I do kind of feel like they're duping her. Yeah.
She might have been duped.
Because here's the thing. In America, we mixed up all the different kinds of white, you know?
Yeah.
In Europe, they didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, where's she from?
Slovenia.
Slovenia? There are not a lot of different faces in Slovenia. That's all I'm going to say.
Interesting.
Just going to throw that out there. All right. We're going to end the show now. And once again, welcome to our new listeners. Well, Lindy, we've done it again.
Megan, I don't know if I've done it again.
I don't think we did it again. I think for the first time ever, we not done it again.
Megan, do you think this is stupid?
Yes, I do.
You know where Ned's not going to find a date? In a fishbowl in Jillian's house, which is where he's currently living.
Giselle. Get it right. It's important. But this is a journalistic endeavor.
Counterpoint, if they set him free, he could get eaten by a lizard.
Oh, yeah. Better keep him safe. Better find him a girlfriend the safe way.
Yeah. Okay, well,
that's it.
Wait,
that's the show.
We got some stuff to tell you. Do you know that all of our episodes are in full on YouTube with video? They are.
I'm letting you know it right now. You better go subscribe. You better go watch those videos.
If you're not watching those videos, here's some of the stuff that you're missing. Lindy's hair always looks bad. Lindy likes to use her jade face roller while Megan is talking.
People love that, by the way.
I know.
They love it when you jade roll.
They think it's like, relatable.
It's relatable. It's grassrootsy. People love it. Yeah, it's good. And I would just like to reiterate the reason that we are able, we used to make videos at the beginning.
Yep.
I made them and it was too hard and stressful. Then you beautiful people subscribed to the patreon.com/textmebackpod. We are able to take the podcast money, reinvest the money into the podcast so that you are able to enjoy the podcast in as many different venues as you wish, including visually. And that's on patreon.com/textmebackpod. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And people say that the YouTubes are really fun to watch. I recommend it.
I think our channel is Text Lindy and Meagan Back.
That's
but
right.
You'll find us. We'll put the link in the show notes so it's very easy to find if you are interested in watching videos of us talking. You can also follow us on Instagram at TextMeBackPod. I know not a lot of people love Instagram these days. I'm one of them, but we post a lot of videos on there. We post pictures of like what we're like, for example, we're going to post a picture of Ned over there.
Yep.
For this episode, if you want to see what he looks like.
Yep.
Cute.
We're going to post a picture of Kevin Kline as Dave in the movie Dave.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As always, if you love this podcast, subscribe to the Patreon. And we now have our top tier on the Patreon gets ad-free listening.
Do you know what else they get? They get shout outs on the podcast, which I think we should start doing right now.
Let's do it, Meg.
Let's do it, because I just remembered somebody messaged us. His name is Chris. And he says, "Hi there. My wife, Rebecca, is your biggest fan. Her birthday is coming up. Hello, Rebecca. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, Rebecca.
Happy Earth Day, Rebecca."
Your birthday, not so much.
At the end of September, but you're going to be hearing this early September because who doesn't love to get gifts throughout their birthday month?
That's right.
Rebecca. And I wanted to see if you ever do silly things like personalized greetings. Yeah, dude. Doing it right now.
Here we go.
but she's a librarian in Vancouver.
Cute.
So shout out to Rebecca and happy birthday. And thank you, Chris, for subscribing. And thank you to all of our $12 subscribers. We're going to shout you out next.
That's right.
Who knows what we might get up to, especially if you're a librarian. Oh, God's strongest warriors, I must say.
I have a question about the library. Because I haven't been a regular library goer since I've been an adult, basically.
Sure.
I used to love the library. I would hang out there all day, every day.
Yes.
Does the library have tables where I can just sit with my laptop in the quietude?
I think that's the main thing that libraries
That's the main
have.
thing that they offer, right?
Other than books, I would say tables is like number
Sure.
2. Yeah.
So why am I wasting my time and money, by the way, at the coffee shop?
Well, they have snacks at the coffee shop. I'm not sure. I think the one thing the library doesn't have is letting you bring food into it. So that's too bad. They have everything else that you need. They have the quietude and they have tables and they have free Wi-Fi.
And they have books and I can walk around and I can look at the books. I should do that.
Doi.
If you have a favorite library, let us know. And I'm going to go there
where it is.
and work on it on my laptop. Anywhere in the world, I'll fly there.
Does the Wisconsin Dells have a library and does it have a lazy river inside? Let us know.
Let us know.
We hope you enjoyed whatever this was. And we'll see you next week with Big Ron Young. We're going to be talking about
The Biggest Loser.
spoiler alert. Fuck them.
Dude. Spoiler alert, Bob's not dead. I thought he died.
Bob lived. Who knew other than Bob? Anyway, we'll see you next week. Mwah!
Text me back. 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 At once. Text me back. Text me back.
I've got 20 minutes till Run Club meets, and it's time for a quick pre-workout snack. Go-Go Squeeze Active Fruit Blend to the rescue. Made with select B vitamins to help release energy, it's an easy, squeezable pouch made to move with me. The taste? So good. And made with real fruit. Even better. Whether I'm hitting the trail or meeting my friends on the court, this is my go-to on-the-go snack. Quick, easy, ready when I am. When it's go time, I go with Go-Go Squeeze Active. Snag yours on your next store run. Search for Go-Go Squeeze on Amazon.